Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Paulkin. Today we are going to Gingee Fort. It is 260 kilometers from Bangalore, 71 kilometers from Pondicherry and 157 kilometers from the state capital Chennai.
The fort is divided into three parts: Rajagiri, where we are going, Krishnagiri, or the English mountain. It was the main base of English army when they had the fort complex under their control, Chakaliya Durg or Chandragiri, or St. George's Mountain, or Chamad Tikri, meaning the fort of the cobblers. We are going to visit the highest and the most impregnable fort, Rajagiri Fort. To reach the top of the fort, we must climb over 1400 stairs. Now let's see and hear about the history of Gingee Fort. The Gingee Fort, also called the Troy of the East by the British, was ruled by many dynasties. It was also called the most impregnable fortress of India by Shivaji. There were many other names like Senchi, Badshabad, Chandri, Chindi, Nusratgarh, and later it was named Gingee by the French. Gingee has come under the rule of various dynasties from 200 BC to 500 AD. It was living place of the Jains. It was under the rule of the Pallavas from 580 AD to 870 AD. It came under the rule of Cholas, namely Aditya Chola I, Aditya Chola II, and Raja Chola I, again between 871 AD and 1014 AD, and at that time it was called Singapura Nadu. Later, between 1014 AD and 1190 AD, it came under the rule of Pandya, Pallava, and Hoysalas. Then between 1190 AD and 1330 AD, it came under the rule of the Kon chieftains, shepherd of Konar, Ananda Kon, Krishna Kon, and Pulya Kon. Ananda Kon built Anandagiri, which later became Rajgiri. His son Krishna Kon built Krishnagiri on the nearby hillock. The Kona dynasty was succeeded by Kolibangan, a feudatory of the powerful Cholas who belonged to Kurumbar caste. After this, Gingee came under the reign of Nayaka rulers, who were under the command of expanding Vijayanagar Empire. Krishnadeva Raya appointed Tupakula Krishnappa Nayaka, 1490 to 1521, who became independent and became the founder of the Nayak dynasty of Gingee, who ruled in 15th and 16th century. Towards the end of December 1649, Gingee was captured by Bijapur rulers. Under the Bijapur sultans, Gingee became strategically more important. In 1677 AD, Shivaji defeated Bijapur sultans during his Carnatic expedition and took control of Gingee. The Marathas further strengthened the fortifications of Gingee. The fort was further strengthened by the Marathas under the leadership of Shivaji in 1677 AD. He recaptured it from the Bijapur sultans who had originally taken control of the fort from the Marathas. Shivaji had ruled the fort for 28 years. After 7 years' attempt, Mughals under Zulfikar Khan, whose father was the Grand Vizier in Aurangzeb's court, captured Gingee early in 1698 after defeating the Maratha ruler and Shivaji's second son, Rajaram. In 1700 AD, Aurangzeb allowed his Bundela Rajput servant Raja Swarup Singh to take care of Gingee. Swarup Singh died in 1714 and arrears of payment to Mughal king due to Faujadari amounted to 70 lakhs as he was defaulter for 10 years. Swarup Singh's son, De Singh, assumed the government of Gingee after his father's death. As he refused to repay the dues, he was defeated miserably by Nawab Sadatullah Khan of Arcot. De Singh was 22 years of age and he fought bravely against the huge army of the Nawab, and ballads are still sung in and around Gingee about his bravery. After this, the French, under the command of Debussy, the Governor-General of Pondicherry, took over Gingee on 11 September 1750 from the Carnatic Nawabs. In January 1761, Gingee came under the British rule after the defeat of the French in the Third Carnatic War. Gingee was captured by Hyder Ali in November 1780 when he defeated the British with the help of some able French officers. English reconquered Gingee in 1799 at the end of Fourth Mysore War after they defeated Tipu Sultan.
We started at 6:45 am. It is 252.4 kilometers from Bangalore and approximately takes 6 hours to reach. We reached the fort at 12:30 pm and it was scorching sun above our head.
While entering the gate, the security guard asked to buy tickets online. As we were unable to get Airtel's network connection, he helped us to connect to his Jio network and helped us to buy the tickets. ASI's QR code should be enabled to pay through GPay easily.
First, we entered the gigantic, majestic Kalyana Mahal, where the royal weddings and other ceremonies used to take place. One of the most significant structures of the inner fort area is the Kalyana Mahal, which can be considered as a jewel in architecture wonders. This structure consists of a beautiful tower-like structure of 8 stories topped by a pyramidal shikhara or summit. The tower is situated on a square platform surrounded by several rooms believed to be the residential quarters of the royal ladies.
We climbed through the narrow stairs and soon reached the top. What a magnificent, amazing 360-degree view it was!
Then we had gone to the elephant tank. It was a very big tank filled with rainwater and algae, which we think might have been a major cause of mosquito related diseases during the British era. It is also called Anayakulam in Tamil, as it was believed to have been used for bathing elephants.
Then we headed to the gymnasium. This is a granite building in wagon shape, roof to the west of the elephant tank. This place was used to do physical exercise. This place in those times was used to secretly train soldiers and to preserve the war weapons.
Then we had seen the magazine. To the west of the gymnasium, there is a square shaped stage. There is a deep pit at the center part of the stage and built a square shaped wall surrounding the central part. This was used for storing the explosives.
Then we went to granary where there are 4 gigantic halls to store various types of grains. The granary is located on the left side of the first entrance of the Rajgiri hill. The granite walls are built about 2 meters wide. The roof of the granary is built in the shape of the ark. Each granary was having capacity of 1,50,000 column for paddy, rice and other grains.
Then we were ready to climb up the big hill to see the magnificent view and the ruins of various dynasties.
When you climb up the Rajgiri hilltop, you have to be very careful of the monkeys who will try to snatch whatever they can.
While ascending, we meet an old Australian couple from Kyrgyzstan who teach English there. Indian government is not asking for RT-PCR test on arrival. If you come from Kyrgyzstan in that way, they were lucky. But they were not lucky enough, as a monkey had snatched their bag, having mobile and purse, and it went down into a deep hole. They inspired us to ascend further when we almost decided to give up due to scorching sun and extreme exhaustion. While climbing up, we took some breaks because climbing up was very tiring and we were completely exhausted. On the way, we saw one cannon and took some breaks sitting around it. We saw ruins of a temple and sacrifice area where buffaloes, cows and goats used to be sacrificed during ancient times in front of Hindu deities, and the place was a desolate area and quite scary.
After that, we climbed up, and the scenery became more beautiful as you climb up. It was a very steep hill, and the stairs had gone around it. After that, we climbed up, and the scenery became more beautiful as you climb up.
I almost gave up many times, but my father always told that as we have come this far, let's see and go.
After a long, strenuous journey, we finally reached the top and we saw another big granary, a beautiful temple, and a watchtower. 360-degree view from the temple was outstanding.
We encountered monkey attacks 3 times, but luckily we borrowed a stick from a family on time who was very generous and throughout the remaining part of the journey till we came down. The stick was carried by my father. Whenever a monkey came to attack, my father showed the stick to them and that scared them.
We did not want to go back down because it was so windy and the view was very beautiful. Then we saw the demolished palace site and the servants' room. Rooms made up of granite with arcs are built in west and north of the Mahal. It is said that these rooms were built for the kings and queens and servants to stay, and horse stable was built at the backs of the servants' room.
We had a wonderful experience in this beautiful historical site. We want to go back and explore the other hills as well. To explore all the places, at least 3 days are required, and you need to drink lots of drinking water. We understand that the people during the ancient times have lots of artistic acumen, and they had put lots of hard work to create such a wonderful structure. We, the people of this generation, should understand how to value them and preserve this kind of places by keeping them clean.